Hey there, guys. This is Mike Burris with Spirit Music Meetups.org. Sorry it's been a while. Wanted to share with you something that was revealed to me during a lesson with one of my star students. You know, with the traditional grip, the left-hand grip, we've always been taught to have your fulcrum so that you don't have any stick slippage, right? So you kind of grip it really tight there. And then a lot of people stick that thumb out there like they're hitchhiking. And the problem with that is you really need to touch these two fingers together. I like to touch it right at this knuckle, right here. So I'm touching my thumb on that knuckle. If I aim for the knuckle and I feel that knuckle, I will have a tight grip without having to squeeze my fulcrum, my hand together. I believe tension is evil. It causes injuries in athletes, and it causes all kinds of problems in playing, in gigs. If you're tense, you're gonna lock up. So by just touching this finger to that knuckle, you will keep a tight grip. And so also I found that you don't really want to use this finger. I see people using this finger, and you can. See how I'm using that finger? I'm waving just that forefinger. Problem is that it loosens the grip. There's no way around it. If you use this finger, you're going to loosen that grip. You loosen that grip, you're going to get stick twisting. So see how the label's twisting? And I've seen this on professional videos, and they admit it. They're stick, and so they're having to adjust their grip during their playing. This is very distracting, and it's going to interrupt everything. You want to keep your fulcrum at 1/3, 2/3, the balance point of the stick, where you get the most bounces, right? So you want to use physics. So it was revealed to me during a lesson. I believe I've been asking God always to improve my drumming as an anointed prophetic drummer. So I realized I must keep this, okay, without squeezing, without creating tension. I just touch those, and it's perfect. The other thing is I don't want to use that finger because that's going to start changing my grip in here. The other thing is we've always been taught, you know, traditions of men, the traditions of the elders. Oh, it's always been this way. We've always been taught to have a two-finger bridge. Two fingers here. Do you see that? The two fingers here, and the stick sits on that bridge, either between this knuckle and the second knuckle, but a lot of people like to play between this knuckle right here and the end of the finger. It's a looser grip. But anyway, but this only allows one finger. If you keep this fulcrum tight, it only leaves one finger to do all the work. Well, that's just not working very well. If you think about match grip, you have three fingers using the stick, and that's one finger. So how is that going to be as efficient as three fingers? So this one finger thing, and it looks like you're flipping somebody off. I always thought that was kind of obscene watching people play the traditional grip, playing like this while they're playing, you know, with their finger out like this. So during the lesson, I said, you know, why do we have to follow the traditions of the elders? I mean, what made them right? We should really ask, is there a better way to do this? Well, it occurred to me, why don't we use two fingers? You know, at first I was using three fingers, but then I was running into that grip problem. So I said, hey, we'll go with two fingers, and we'll rest the stick on the bridge of the pinky. And I actually like resting it right there on the end of the pinky, right on the nail, if possible. That way I can stretch my hand out. Excuse me. I can stretch it out farther. Open my hand up. Because if I have my hand open, it's less, you know, this is very tight looking grip, right? It's very crunched. And again, that's tension. That shows tension. So if I can pull my fingers out, right, it opens up my palm. It's going to breathe better. It's going to be less sweaty and less slippage on the stick. And it feels much more relaxed. So playing like this. See, my fingers are touching each other. And then just stretching my fingers out, right? So I use these fingers now. I found that if you move this finger, it wants to move that finger anyway. So why not move both of these fingers together? When it was like this, every time I was moving this finger, notice these want to move. See? They want to move because they're kind of joined together. Now, all we have is the pinky moving a little bit. Well, it is moving, isn't it? So that's what I've been working on. I'm going to just put this closer up so you can see. Now, see how you can use your fingers? See how you can tap your fingers? It's like waving. Hi there, how you doing? So, see how I'm waving the fingers? I wish, I might slow this down or something. See how I'm waving those fingers? Or I can just keep my fingers together like this and just use my wrist for complete control. So this is working out really nicely. And it's like flicking water off your fingertips. Right? It's like waving. So this is a great exercise when you're in the car. Just tap your steering wheel with your fingers. See how I'm keeping my grip and waving, just like you do with this, right? You're keeping your grip, your fulcrum, and then you're waving. So now I'm just really waving two fingers, keeping one in. I could wave all three, but I'm trying to train just to wave those two. And then stick your stick in there. See? Now, I'm finding out two fingers are better than one. You can play faster, you can play longer, and it feels stronger. You can get some really good snap. So I think you're going to find this is a great grip. And I just thank the Lord that He showed this to me during the lesson, because I've switched over and I'm so much happier. I can play a lot longer, a lot faster, and I'm stronger. See, I can just not even use my wrist and just use my fingers, right? Showed you that. Don't want to go too long on this video. See how I'm just using those fingers? I'm not using my wrist at all. Or I can use my wrist and my fingers to get it higher. See how high I'm going? Because I'm stretching my fingers out, right? So I'm going all the way up to the end of my fingertips and coming down. So I'm using wrist and fingers. See how high that is? I don't know if you can see how high that is because this board's in the way. See, I'll get my blackness in here, black shirt. See how high it is? I'm getting it pretty high up here. So you just don't want to go towards you like this because you're not going to hit the drum, right? So you have to kind of make sure you have a 90-degree angle here, that your wrist isn't backwards, or you're going to miss the drum. So you want to keep it square, 90 degrees, right? See how 90 degrees? So now the stick travels straight up and down. You don't want it to go towards you. So you want to tuck your elbow down. Sometimes I practice just sitting. I'll lower my chair and just sit like this. I'll lower my chair and just sit with my elbow on my leg. And just practice all fingers for a while, trying to keep this from moving. Don't let your fulcrum move. What do you think? A little dry. I just got back from the gym, trying to get back into shape. Been doing too much sitting working on this website. Spirit Music Meetups. SpiritMusicMeetups.org. So, you got your right hand. See, it's all wrist. It's no wrist. All fingers. I'm just using my fingers. So match grip is easy because left hand just has to mirror what the right hand's doing. But you can just turn it over like this and get used to bouncing the stick. See, I'm just bouncing the stick. See how that works? I'm just bouncing. I'm just tapping, you know, it's like I'm tapping the stick and keeping the stick going with my whole hand. Now, this is a good way to practice learning how to keep a stick bouncing, but you can get into your grip. Sorry. See how that works? So I'm really just enjoying this new grip. I'm very thankful that the Lord showed me this. I'm not going to apologize. I'm going to give credit where credit's due, because I've been working on my drumming for a long time, and I feel like my drumming is really taken off since I've been more open to revelation instead of me figuring it out all the time. I just ask. And that's a habit in the original Greek. It's a habit. It's a routine lifestyle. Don't just give up the first time you ask, but just really ask. A for ask. S means seek or search. And K stands for knock. Right? Ask and what? You shall receive. Continue to ask routinely, and you shall receive. Seek or search, and you shall find. That's what it says. If you continually search or seek, you shall find. And if you knock and you continue to knock, the door shall be opened for you. I mean, this is the promise given by the Lord Jesus Christ. I mean, he taught this over and over and over. And he said, if it's according to the will of the Father, and you know when things are not according to the will of the Father, they go against the character of the Father. He loves to give good gifts to his children. I mean, what father doesn't like to give good gifts to his children? Think about that. What good father doesn't love to give good gifts to their children? And I think music is a wonderful gift. There is nothing that violates the character of God. It is absolutely according to the character of God. It's beautiful. God is beautiful. He's shown me that. Beauty in everything he creates. And there is so much beautiful things in music. So I don't want to make this too long, but that's a technique thing on the left hand grip. Come over the top, practice your finger motion, that learning how to balance the stick. You can practice this, which is to help you get your grip, is just create the grip and take all your fingers off of it and rotate your wrist. See, I'm rotating up and down, straight up and then back to the drum. And learn how to bounce or rebound the stick. See how I'm rebounding the stick? Now put this finger that needs to just ride on that. I'm not actually using that finger. It's just helping control the stick. Now you could do just moving this finger, but again, it wants to move this finger. It's really hard to move just this finger right here. Really, why not move both of them? Now, if you're doing buzz rolls, you've got to take these fingers off because the stick has to vibrate. So now it doesn't really bounce a lot on a practice pad, but you can hear it. Really works great on a snare drum. So I'm taking the fingers off, all the fingers off. Right? I'm not even touching that finger on it because it's going to kill the vibrations. And I want maximum bounce. Hear all those bounces? That's how you get a really good buzz. I'm too low. I'm still too low. So you want to press in. They call it a press roll for a reason. So I'm I'm taking my fingers off. A good exercise is to do on, off, on, off, on. So you're taking your fingers back on, and then off. Back on, and then off. All three fingers. See that? On, off, on, off. You kind of have to loosen your grip up. You have to loosen your grip up. You can play little games. You can go 2 on. So you go. Fingers are back on at the end of the roll. 2, 4, 5. That's a 5-stroke buzz roll. So you don't want to hit the rim. I'm just too low. I have a lot of muffling on this drum. So you can hear all those little bounces. But you normally have it quite fuzzy, and you get a really smooth roll. You can really snap those fingers back on, and you'll get an accent. So, it's amazing what that sounds like when you take your hand off. So, have fun with that. It's kind of a long video on just the left hand. Is there anything else that I've forgotten? So I'm out on my pinky, right there on the nail, so it doesn't hurt as much as over here. But, try different things. I don't like it so close in to my palm. I like it out there away from my palm, so I get more motion here. Okay? I get more range of motion. Okay, have fun with that, guys.